Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so today our mission is pretty laser focused. We're getting into the Fire TV Stick. Specifically, we're looking at how you can best use it to get Spanish language content, and we're sticking strictly to the sources that you sent over. All right, let's unpack it a bit. The Fire TV Stick, I mean, it's become this sort of essential gadget for streaming, right? You plug it into pretty much anything with an HDMI port, could be an old TV, even a computer monitor. And just like that, boom, you've got the whole Fire TV interface, access to Netflix, Prime, YouTube, news, sports, everything.
Yeah, and what's really striking, I think, is just how useful it is for, well, how little it costs. Our sources really point this out. It's a nifty little device, often on sale, pretty inexpensive, and it basically transforms, any screen that's just sitting there into a full-blown media center. But here's the thing, for Spanish content specifically, the sources suggest the real key isn't just the stick itself. It's more about the operating system, the Fire OS, and how you leverage that. That's where the strategy comes in, apparently.
Ah, okay, that's an interesting distinction. Because, yeah, most people probably just think, great, it puts Netflix on my non-smart TV. But you're saying the way the system works, how it searches and pulls things together, that's the edge for finding specific stuff, like Spanish shows. So based on the notes then, where is this content actually hiding? My first instinct would be, like, I need to hunt down some special Spanish channel app or something.
Right, and that's exactly the idea the sources seem to push back against. They argue that, well, searching for those niche Spanish apps, often not worth the hassle. They can be slow, maybe not reliable, libraries limited. The bigger picture here, connecting the dots from the sources, is about using the huge amount of content that's already on the big platforms, the ones you probably already have. So the main routes identified are YouTube, for whatever Spanish content is available there, and then Netflix and Prime Video, again, whatever Spanish language programming they offer within their subscriptions.
Wait, hang on. So the big reveal from the deep dive is essentially just use YouTube and Netflix. I mean, isn't there a chance the sources are, I don't know, maybe oversimplifying this a bit? It feels almost too straightforward for a key strategy.
Well, I think this is where the nuance lies, and maybe why the Fire TV environment is actually better suited for this particular job. It's not just that these big services have Spanish content, it's about how efficiently the Fire Stick lets you find and access it. For instance, Fire OS often does a better job searching across these major apps than, say, your average smart TV's built-in system. So when you actually search using Spanish terms or filters, you cut through the noise and get straight to those massive curated libraries much faster.
Ah, I see. So it's about efficiency, getting to the good stuff quickly, and also just the sheer amount of content available.
Exactly. Scale is a huge factor highlighted in the sources, especially when you look at Netflix and Prime. We're not just talking about dubbed movies anymore, are we? They're pouring money into Spanish language originals, international shows, comedies, dramas, everything. The sheer volume of new native Spanish content coming onto YouTube, Netflix, and Prime is way beyond what some small, specialized app could realistically offer. You're basically tapping into billions in content investment just by focusing on the apps you likely already use.
Okay, so it sounds like the main takeaway for you then is surprisingly simple, really. The Fire TV Stick is your gateway, yes, but the secret to finding Spanish channels isn't some complex workaround or, a VPN trick. It's more about strategically realizing that a ton of the content you want is already there, easily findable within those big mainstream apps that are probably running on the device anyway.
Precisely. It's crucial. The core strategy is leveraging what you've already got access to. And considering how, as we said, this really inexpensive little stick can turn any unused TV or monitor into a fully connected media hub, it does make you think, doesn't it? Here's something for you to kick around. What unused screen, what monitor do you have lying around collecting dust? Could you maybe transform that into your own dedicated Spanish language media center like today?